the Super Smash Bros. Series. Called brothers not because they're related by blood, but because they share the same adopted, dysfunctional parents of Nintendo and Masahiro Sakurai. No, indeed, the brother in the title refers to the fraternal bonds that are made when people shed blood together on the battlefield of life. Or at least theoretically what that is, because I swear I hit you, Fox. God damn it, stop jumping around! Now, since you're watching this probably means that either you or one of your friends has decided that they want to buy this game for you, and you, being the good-hearted person, are like, let's see if it's for me. So you've naturally come and looked for knowledge with me. It's a weird choice, but I'm happy you're here. Now you might be wondering why I'm qualified to talk about this. So our story starts back in 1999 when Nintendo decided that they needed a new title, something that would be extraordinary, that would pick up the masses, that was just fun and entertaining. They turned to Masahiro Sakurai, who presented them the idea of Smash Bros. Now, Smash Bros. Was a game in which a bunch of Nintendo IPs came together and fought for the glorious victory that only death can bring! From this, the Smash Bros. Fighting series was born, and we got to answer some age-old questions which had been bugging philosophers from the beginning of time, such as who would win in a fight? An ape in a tie, or a fox in leather? Someone's gotta win. Now, back in 1999, they didn't know exactly how successful Smash Bros. Was going to become, and since then, it has gone on to have 5 different iterations and start up a fan base, the likes of which hadn't been seen before. We're talking play styles, we're talking cosplay, we're talking fan art. So ignore the fan art for now, don't search it. Now, if you're getting into this game just now, you're probably going to be buying Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. You know, the best console on the market right now. While it started out as a way for Nintendo just to have their main IPs smash each other in a metaphorical sense and in a literal sense, it has evolved into so much more. Now, this is the part where you might want to pay attention, parents, because Smash Bros. Is actually a celebration of gaming history up until this point. They have signed many different contracts with so many producers of games in order to bring in different characters, to the point where there is so many characters. Oh god, that's a lot. They have massively created a tapestry of the way that video games have affected our modern culture, and it is extraordinary. Just to see all of these characters side by side, it does mean that it is limited. It means that they can't always get the characters that they want, because let's face facts, Microsoft is super stingy with who they let have their IPs, and that means that we're probably never going to get to see Kratos completely destroying Kirby. That's unlikely. What am I talking about? Kirby would completely annihilate Kratos, just instantly. Moving back to the gameplay, which is honestly why we all arrive. We want to kill some guys. We want to kill the bad guys. Where are the guys I'm gonna kill? Because of its wide character roster, you are able to find so many different playstyles and unique characters that fill that little gap in your heart that was left when everybody in your life just poof, disappeared. The attraction of the Smash Bros. Series is the fact that it has such a low entry point. You don't need to be skilled. I know many people who are button mashers who are just absolutely fine at this game. They enjoy it all the same. And I know loads of people who play in the competitive ring and they are insane, but they are also just doing it for the love of the game. And isn't that so beautiful? Isn't that so beautiful? Now, I've mentioned a few times that, you know, there are many different character types, but how many character options are there? 80! There are 80! There's so many characters, and as of this video, they're still putting out more. They are just throwing IPs at this, just like ugh. Now, before we get into characters, we need to talk about mains. Main is a term usually referred to as the character you have a preference towards, or that you generally choose. People like Foxy Boys, and some people like Ape Boys. There is just every type of person. And you know what? Your choice is yours, no judgments at all. Now, at this point, I was going to go through every single character and show you exactly how many characters there are, and you could pick from every single one of them just so that you could find the one that is yours, that you could be like, yes! Yes! But then I realized that there were 80 heroes, and that I really didn't have time to actually go through every single one of them and be like, this is this thing, this is that thing. Urgh. Plus I wrote it and it was super boring, and I don't think you want that. I don't think you want boring videos. Do you want boring videos? I don't want boring videos. I want to be fun. Let's be fun. Are you having a good time? I'm having a good time. Let's have a good time. So, instead, let's go over all of the different archetypes that make up fighting styles. Overall, there are 20 of these. Still a lot, but I've come up with a fun little game where we can make it go a little faster and it will be maybe a little bit more enjoyable. There are 3 main classes of archetypes, and then within those there are 20 different archetypes individually. Now, in order to make this funner, for me, and hopefully for you, I've decided to compare every single one of them to a drink. So at the end of this, you'll know which drink is best for you. Are you ready, kids? Let's do it! First off, a little forward. Do you need to know all of these characters? No, not really. You could just pick up the game right now. Find your own. Find the way that you enjoy playing. And that is absolutely valid. But I have done all of this research, so I would really appreciate it if you would listen to the script that I wrote. I just want you to have the knowledge! The knowledge! So the 3 main classes that the archetypes fit into are offensive, defensive, and flexible. Now there are 10 offensive, 7 defensive, and 3 flexibles. Now we're gonna get into the specifics of what those mean. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, so this should go very quickly. Hopefully. All-rounders are the jack of all trades of the Smash world. They can do about everything. They hit hard, they run hard, they defend hard. They're pretty decent. And they're a great starting out character. I always recommend these for someone who's just like, I'ma have a go. These guys are best compared to a virgin rum and Coke. Why? Because it's tasty! But it is just Coke. But you can have your Coke in many different flavors. You could have original, vanilla, vanilla zero sugar, and diet. Rushdowns are next. They are a style of play that just keep going until they hit that other person down on the floor. These people are so fast and so intense that you just don't see anything coming. These are like a mojito because they're sweet and they're nice, and then they kick in and you're on the ground and you've no idea what's going. You can have them in many flavors. You can have orange, you can have extra rum, or you can have extra mint. It's all up to you. Your choice. Pressures are the type of people who will kick you down to the ground and then keep kicking you down on the ground, and then once you're dead, they will keep kicking your dead body into other people in order to kill them. They are that intense. They rely on really high combos in order to just completely decimate every single person on the playing field. These guys are like tequila shots. They're salty, they're kind of bitter, and damn do they have a lot of power. You can have any flavors you want. You could have lemon, you could have sweet, you could have it with a sword, or you know, just jello shots, straight up. All your choice. Hit and run. It's kind of in the name. You run in, you hit them, then you run away, and then you go back and you hit them again, and all you're doing this without getting really hit that much. You're just fast and you enjoy punching people. It's pretty simple. You guys are like a really nice wine, like red, white, orange. It's nice. It's a nice taste. Mix-up fighters are the ones that are kind of tricky. They look like they're long-range fighters and they can pull off that really good long range. But if you get too close, they're gonna just whip out 2 swords and completely ice you. These guys are like a good whiskey because they're cool, they're smooth, and they're not quite as fancy as they think they are. You could have scotch, bourbon, or apple juice in a tumbler. Zone breakers are the next archetype. They are of the mindset that they want to win, so they did, and then everyone was dead. End of story. Zone breakers just have incredibly powerful combos, and they will just absolutely wipe out people in straight lines, no problem. They will dominate an entire section of the field and no one will be able to get close to them. It will be intense. These guys are like 5-hour energy shots because, oh damn, that's powerful, but you really probably shouldn't be taking so many of these as you are. Dominate. I mean, they hit really hard. It's basically, they have like really exploitable weaknesses, as far as I can tell. Best drink I can compare it to is coffee. Like, it's great, it will get you up in the morning, it helps you through the day, but it's not like it's that complicated. It's coffee. Footsies are really fast, and they enjoy stabbing and hitting, and they do it real good. So they hit and stab, and they run around the people as they hit and stab real fast. They're usually really close quarters, and they'll stay there, and they will be happy there. These guys, soda, fizzy drinks, they're soft drinks. Kind of like, you know, here, there, everywhere. They're really nice. Nothing wrong with this. I can drink soft drinks all day. Glass cannon. Why do all the names just keep explaining them? They're stealing my job! As you can guess, they just hit really hard, but when they're hitting, they usually have really high charge up or really long cooldown, and either way, they are really easy to hit after that attack. They're like a Jaeger shot, cause, oh god, that was sweet! How many more do I have to go? 12? How can there be 12? How am I not halfway through? Oh. Let's speed this up. Tag teams. Tag teams are really strange. They have this weird thing where you tried to choose one character and somehow you ended up with two. You don't know how it happened, but it's nice. Because of this, they're weirdly complicated to use because you're having to manage two characters' indexes rather than just one. These guys are like that really fancy cocktail that you get on holiday. There's so much going on and it looks real weird. But it tastes good after you have to pick out all of the things that are just like covering the top. Defensive styles! Oh, defensive styles are classes that prefer to hang back. They're ones that sort of pull back and let the enemy come to them, and then they punch them into the ground for glorious victory! First defensive type is a zoner. Now zoners are basically like a little woodpecker. They slowly work away at a tree until all of a sudden the entire forest has been cut down. You didn't notice it happening, but god damn it, Samus, how do you keep hitting me? These guys are basically a nice beer. There's a lot of them, and I can't name them all. This is a lot. Next is Baited Punish. Now these are the types of characters that bring all of the players into their zone and then slowly crush them with multi-combos and pressure moves until no one is left alive. These guys are basically like a nice glass of rosé because it's just one glass. It's just this bottle. Trappers. I got nothing. This is basically just a bait and punish again, but they like sit more still, I think? I don't know. They're like a darker rosé. Turtles. Now these characters just found themselves a corner. They like this corner. They're gonna stay in this corner. And then they're gonna win. They're gonna win like that. The turtles are basically just Capri Suns. This is just like a little turtle with a Capri Sun. This is adorable. This is a cute image. Am I allowed to say Capri Sun? Okay, so you guys will just add it in post. Okay. Got it. Keepaways. Sonic! It's Sonic, guys. It's just Sonic. It is Sonic doing Sonic-y things. He runs fast, and he does Sonic. Get it? I mean, there's other ones, but it's mostly Sonic. What drink are they? They're a milkshake. Because it's Sonic. Stage control. Oh, this is just another trapper, but long range. Oh, why are there so many repeats? Grapplers. They grapple you, and then they brutalize you until they win. These characters can just hold on and then just win by continuously punching you in the face. I mean, they are like, honestly, a pretty decent class for most people. Wait, Luigi's a grappler? I didn't know he was so violent. Grapplers are like fruit juice. You can drink them all day. They're pretty great. Honestly, there's nothing real wrong with grapplers going on here. They're just awesome. On to flexible. Flexible characters are ones that just don't obey the rest of the rules. They don't really fit into any category, and therefore they just have their own thing going on the whole time. First off, let's start with the dynamic fighters. Now, dynamic fighters are usually fighters that bring in a special mechanic from their own game, and these are usually power-ups or special moves that don't involve this shiny glittery ball of death. These moves can be simple, complex, have long cooldowns, slow cooldowns. There is a wide variety that they can take. The basic theme of them is that once that little bar has charged up, they are going to completely smite. Dynamic mains are usually people who just want something special, so they pick the weirdest class, you know? What type of drink are they? Is that the sweet, sweet smell of energy drinks passing by me? That's right, probably, because you need to charge that little red bar up, and if you don't, everyone else will kill you. Aura fighters. It's just Lucario. He's the only aura fighter. So if you pick Lucario, congrats, you're an aura fighter. This is what you do. Basically, the more hurt you are, the more hurt you put out, and that way you win. It's pretty easy enough. What drink is an aura fighter? Well, that's pretty easy. They're a roast dinner, because while everyone else is drinking at this event, they're having a meal because they brought their own game and they have their own plan, and it's suspicious. Precision fighters. Now, precision fighters are kind of weird. They have really high damage output, but you have to hit in very particular points on your opponent. Otherwise, you don't really do any damage. I guess the best drink that I compare these two are just like shots, because like it's fine if you have control over your hands, but if you don't, you're gonna keep missing. Oh, I did it. I finally finished all of the playstyles and archetypes. Ooh. To the conclusion! So, is Smash Brothers a game worth playing? Totally! It's so varied. You can do what you want. You can find the way that you want to play. And that is the best thing about it. It is so diverse. It is so unique to each player. And you can just find your own way of playing. With items, without items, high damage, low damage, whatever you want. You can find a way to make the game yours, and that is the most beautiful thing that anyone could ask for. A game that is truly modifiable to you. Not only that, but it has amazing replayability. I mean, look at how many characters there are. I almost had an aneurysm when I wrote out this first script because I had to come up with so many jokes, and then I just scrapped them all. Is this game for you? Maybe. Could it be for you? Very definitely maybe. But if you've made it this far in the video, I have to point out that you are obviously pretty interested, and thus I can probably prompt you to go buy this game. Again, not sponsored. So now that I have armed you with this bounty of knowledge that you can take out into that world and smash, you can do it. And if you're ever in doubt, remember these wise words from the author of The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Hit 'em until they're dead. Hey guys, so this is just like end card, I guess. I still don't know how to end videos. Basically, I just wanted to say that thanks for all of your support on my last video. It meant a lot because, you know, this is a weird time and I really enjoy when people support me. So that was great. B, I wanted to just say that, yeah, look at this. I uploaded another video in the same month. That's crazy. I just intend to keep doing that and hopefully be a little bit more productive, and I hope that that will all go well. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, until next time, keep on sailing, guys. Oh, this is really strong.